Well, hello everyone. This is Luis coming at you with, I guess you could call it a kind of, I want to say like another series, but not really. This is just a little fun video that I wanted to make, and I'm calling it or titling it Walk and Talk. Because, well, I'm walking and I'm going to be talking. So, yeah, walk and talk. Makes sense, right? Very simple. But yeah, I really kind of came up with it just on the spot and thought, well, it would be a pretty cool project or something cool to do. I personally think it's pretty similar to like podcasts, but it'll differ in that I don't know. I think the style of it will be a bit different. Sorry if I keep getting too close, just because my arm is kind of hurting a bit. But yeah, I'm holding this camera with like a tripod and everything. I just have the tripod in my hands. But yeah, I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm at the one of the parks in my city. I came here by foot. It took roughly about an hour, so it was a nice leisurely hour walk over here. Now that I've got here, I only got here maybe like 10 minutes ago, so it wasn't very long. I just needed a little bit of a break because, as you can tell, it's very sunny out here. A lot of sun. I know I had to turn the brightness up a bit on this video so that I could show up. Because whenever I put it on the autofocus or the auto exposure, it always messed it up. Like the background looked beautiful and nice and balanced, but whenever it came to filming me, nothing good came out. It was too dark. You could barely see me. I just looked like one big shadow. Yeah. But anyways, so for walk and talk, walk and talk. Well, I know some of you might be thinking, what are you going to talk about while you're walking? Well, pretty much anything. Just whatever comes to mind, really. This one's just more, I don't know, I want to call it interactive, but without really being interactive. If you get, I guess, in a way that makes sense. But yeah, man, it was really hot today. Really hot. Hot to the point where an hour-long little walk kind of felt a bit draining because of the heat, but the heat's not so bad that I'm dying of it, that I'm dying of that walk. You know, it's sometimes tough to live in an area where there's just nothing but sunlight practically every day, all the time, and especially when the sun hits triple digits. It gets hard at times, you know. I'm a very optimistic person, and I love, being able to be outside, outdoors, because I'm also an outdoors person. But sometimes, you just want to tell the sun, like, hey, can you just, like, not show up for today and just let me be? Let me enjoy a nice, like, 65 or 60-degree day instead of 100 and something. I often find myself saying that a lot. Like, I'm either by myself or with some family or some friends, and I'm always thinking, come on, son, come on, stop shining so bright. Just give me one day, like one day every week where you can just be like, just tone down the heat and let us have a cold day. And for those of you who live anywhere where it's hot, you'll understand what I mean. I mean, even if you love the sun, I'm not the biggest fan in the world, but I do love the sun because it allows me to be outside, but more than as if it was raining. But even sun lovers or heat lovers, at some point you want a break. Just like for me, I love the cold, I love rain, all that stuff. If it was up to me, I'd want it every day, but I know that I wouldn't really want it every day because when you go through it, because I've lived in different areas, so different climates and whatnot. So right here it's super hot, practically hot all year round. And in another area that I used to live in up north in northern U.S., it was very rainy, cold. God, I loved it. It was amazing. It was fun. Even if it rained, I mean, like, I think the rain made it all the more special. But Yeah, it was it was nice. It was enjoyable. And but there would be days where I would think, well, what if it was just a little bit warmer? Because over there, since it's up north, the the cold or the temperatures would be like really low on a normal basis. It's not like it's 70 and that's cold, or it stays like that for no. Like it would get down to the 50s, 40s, kind of on the regular. More so in the morning, but it would slowly build to a higher temperature range, and higher temperature range in the sense of I want to say probably like the 60, the low 60s, but that's as far as it would go. But yeah, let's see how long we got on here. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Doesn't feel like 6 minutes, does it? And it's just a walk and talk. And there's people here at the park. Well, more like 2 workers working on some construction project here, and a family, a a younger family. You know, they got look like some 20-somethings and a little child. But yeah, isn't it great just being alive? You know, every day when I wake up, okay, fine, not every day, but almost every day when I wake up, I don't really feel like I wake up or I'm alive or that I really start my day until I go outside. And not just go outside and that's it, you know, like do something outside. Whether it just be walking or running or jogging or just going out at night to look at the stars or something like that. Whatever it may be. It just doesn't feel like I've started, or it doesn't feel like I've taken a breath until I've been outside. Something about it. It's a very beautiful thing. It's a very beautiful thing. It's like you've been inside the shell, and you don't feel like you broke out of that shell. You don't feel the air. You don't feel the heat or the cool sensation of the wind, or whatever it may be. Whatever sensations may be in your area or outside, but just it makes you feel alive. It's like being one with nature. Now it sounds a little bit weird, but it really is. It's a very beautiful, wonderful feeling, and I can't imagine that I'm the only. I can't imagine I'm the only one who experiences that, who feels that way. You know, I'm more than sure that there's others that either have a similar experience or feel exactly the same way. But yeah, it's magical. It really is. You just don't know. You know, when it comes to the times, you know, how things are nowadays, or more specifically, within the past recent years, everything was already unpredictable when it comes to life in general, and the disasters or the conflicts that would arise. But recently, or maybe it's just because I've taken more notice to it, there's been more incidents, more deaths of all sorts, and crimes of all natures. And it just seems like it's exponentially building more and more. And it makes you really appreciate every day. Especially if you're someone who's been through a situation where your life was on the line, or you've been through a situation where you could have actually died. You know, not that stupid phrase that people use as a joke. It's like, oh, you could have killed me, or you know, where it's more of a joke. No, I mean like where you really could have died, but thankfully you didn't. Just so you know, if no one's told you this, then I'll be the one to tell you, right here on this channel. I'm glad you're alive. Just know, at least one person, if anyone, if you get to this video, if you don't feel like Anyone cares? Well, I'll tell you, I care. I care. I'm glad you're alive. Just remember that. But anyway, back to the story. So yeah, unless you go through something like that, you really, I guess when you go through things like that, it makes you take everything that you've learned, all the knowledge you've accumulated throughout your years, it makes you look back on it. It makes you look back, think about how you act, how you behaved, how you treated others, how you perceive yourself. It's just it brings up a lot of different all these emotions, all these thoughts that are very important. When you get past the ego, get past the BS that we put up as walls to prevent ourselves from really looking at who we really are. Once you go to the near death or come close to a situation of that sort, you start reflecting on who you are. And that's not saying that you need a near death experience to see that, because you can also just reflect on your life and take it seriously, and you could just get the same result. So you don't need a severe situation to make you think. But regardless of how you learn or how you get there, when you reflect on yourself, it really puts you in such a place that I feel like it's a place that anyone rarely ever gets to be a part of. Yeah, I'm just trying to find a good position. There we go. But yeah, there's a lot of land back there. But yeah. So when you try to reflect on your life, don't cheat yourself. Don't try to lie to yourself. Don't put up walls for yourself. I'm not gonna say you shouldn't put up walls for other people, because there are people that are scum and snakes. So you do it to protect yourself, even if it's just mentally. But don't put them up against yourself, because you gotta know who you are. I'm not saying everybody's perfect. I'm not saying every version of who people truly are